Interesting story though, bro.
You got to be in sync with your teammate on the line.
Yeah, great, like me and you. Back to the drawing board on that play.
I like the urgency of Junior's drive. Plenty of raw potential there.
Damn, my bad. You had my accident. Crazy how that works.
That's what that was about. Talk about a brain.
Crazy how that works.
That was completely out of left field. He lost all sense of time.
Hey, who are these commentators? Are these real people that really commentate?
And here in the second,
I feel like they commentate high school shit, and 2K wanted to go for like some like authentic experience type shit. Am I right?
Whose mic is so loud and on? There we go. Okay, we're gonna give everybody else just a minute more to get in here. We only have one or two left. Okay, so we've got almost everybody here. We're going to go ahead and get started. So first things first, you guys should have all received an email from me this morning titled Total Machinist Code. Basically what that is a link to the Total Machinist website, the Immerse to Learn website that we are going to be kind of using off and on in this class. What I'm going to need everybody to do first is go to the link in that email, use that code that I included, and get signed up for that website. Use a personal email address. Do not use the OCFSD email address because it will not work with an OCFSD email address. So how about this? If you go ahead and get that done, and then when you have it done, type into the text box like done or okay or something like that, just so that I can kind of know who's done and who's not. And then we're going to get going with everything else today. It should be a pretty straightforward process. All right, got it. Got it. All right. Yeah, Devin, we're going to do some fire extinguisher stuff today after we're all registered for the website. Devin, I sent it to you in an email this morning. It'll be at your OCFSD email. Okay, so everybody that's here has done it. So we are going to go ahead and we are going to move on to our first safety portion of the class. You guys, I do this every year with pretty much all of my classes. So if you've done it before, awesome. If you haven't, you're going to learn something today. All right. You'll notice that in Google Classroom for machining, I posted an assignment that says fire extinguisher quiz. Here, I'll pull it up on my present. 1 second. So you can see in the stream, it popped up fire extinguisher quiz right here. In it, you'll find 3 things. You'll find a PDF. That just gives you some good generic information. I usually hand this out, but can't really hand it out. You'll also find in there a link to a YouTube video for the fire extinguisher. It's about 13 minutes long. And then finally, you'll see there's an actual Google form fire extinguisher quiz. What I'm going to have you guys do is you are going to go on here in a second. You all are going to go and watch this OSHA video. And then after about 15 minutes or so, I'm going to come back, or we're all going to come back. I'm going to have a fire extinguisher right here. We're going to kind of go over some of the basic stuff. And then you guys are going to go ahead and take the fire extinguisher quiz. Now, with my safety quizzes, you guys, you need to get at least an 80% on them. I have them set up. If you do not get that 80%, you can just retake it until you do. I'm going to double check to make sure that that's set up. It is. Okay. So 80% on this quiz, there are a total of 12 points. So if we do that math, 12 times 0.8, you need to get at least 10 right on this quiz to hit that 80% mark. Okay. So why don't you guys all go ahead, click on that video, and then we'll reconvene here in 15 minutes. All right? All right. I'll see you guys in about 15. Okay, so I have here one of the fire extinguishers that we have here in the metal shop. We have 2 of them. One is located by the sink over here. It's hard to miss. It's in a red case. We also have another one actually back in the weld lab area. When you guys come back and we get into the weld lab, you'll see that there is a column that's painted red in the weld lab. Our fire extinguisher and our fire blanket are both located on that column. Very hard to miss. This is where some class participation is going to come in. All right. We're back there welding. And then all of a sudden, there's a weird smell in the air. And it wasn't because Eric went to Taco Bell yesterday. All right. It's because something that shouldn't be on fire is on fire. Okay. So if you are the person smelling this funky smell, what is the first thing that you should do?
Tell
me.
About the situation.
Fantastic. Thank you. Do not take it upon yourself to play firefighter, okay? Let me know. Unless I myself am the thing that is on fire, I will be the one taking care of putting out fires. I'll make that judgment call. It is your guys' job to let me know when things are on fire, okay? So we've found that, let's say one of our curtains back there is on fire. And I decide that, yes, I am in fact going to use a fire extinguisher on this to take care of this. What is my first step going to be after grabbing the fire extinguisher?
Make sure it's the right class.
Well, we know it's the right class because it's already back there. But you're thinking. Someone else give me a clue. What was that?
Pull the pin.
Pull the pin, exactly. That's what I'm going to do. You can see right here. I don't know how well you can see, but there's a little pin right here and a little green tag on it. This little green tag is very easy to break. I'm just going to yank that pin right out. Okay, so I've yanked the pin. What's my next step going to be?
Aim.
Aim. I'm going to take the hose right here.
Fire.
This hose right here, this fire extinguisher is, I think, an ABC, one of the universal ones. So it has a dry media in it. So it's got a very small tip on it. Some fire extinguishers have a large cone at the end because they're a CO2 style. Never grab the fire extinguisher by the end, because if you do have a CO2 fire extinguisher, you could actually get frostbite from it. It can burn your hand really bad from the cold air. If you've ever played like paintball or anything before and your tanks have frosted over or something like that, it's super cold, same exact concept. So I pulled the pin, I've aimed at the base of the fire. Remember, we can't shoot the media at the flames because the flames themselves are not what on fire. They are a result of the fire. We have to aim at the thing that's on fire. Okay, what's my next step?
Squeeze the handle.
I'm going to squeeze the handle. Fantastic. Handle right here. I'm going to squeeze it. The media is going to start coming out. And then what's my last step?
Sweep.
Sweep. I'm going to sweep from side to side, just like this. Right? I'm not just going to focus on one spot. I need to make sure that I'm blanketing the entire area. This fire extinguisher is I think a 5-pound. So it'll probably last anywhere between 6 to 10 seconds probably with the dry media in it. You don't get a whole lot, so you need to make sure that you're being efficient with the fire extinguisher. In the weld lab, what do you think would be, if we had to choose a single type fire extinguisher, which fire extinguisher do you think we would use back there? Remember, we have molten metal, we have high amounts of electricity, we've got things that can catch on fire back there. If we had to choose a single type, what type of fire extinguisher would we use? Someone knows. Take a guess.
D.
What kind?
D. Class D.
D for combustible metals?
Yeah.
I get that every year, okay? Combustible metals, you guys, are the type of things you would find in the chemistry lab. Sodium, magnesium, cesium, the alkaline type stuff that are very reactive to our environment, okay? When we're in the weld shop, we have carbon steel, we have stainless steel, we have aluminum. Those are not combustible metals. You don't actually weld combustible metals. Those are just pure elements. You only find them in the chemistry labs. All right, but someone always says that. Who else has a guess?
Class C. Oh,
Right here, Class C for electrical. That is thinking. We are dealing with high amounts of electricity back there. It's not too often a machine does catch on fire, but that would put that out. It's not the answer I'm looking for, though. We're whittling it down. Eric, you had your hand raised? Just go ahead and say.
B.
B
Class B.
for flammable liquids. We should not have any flammable liquids in the weld shop with all those sparks flying around. What does that leave?
Class A in combination.
Class A is for trash, wood, and paper, things that leave an ash. So it's not Class K either. I saw your hand raised, Devin. K is for kitchen. Class, hang on. Class A is the one that I was looking for because honestly, you guys, when we are back there, the thing most likely to catch on fire is us, our clothing. All right. Our clothes would be a Class A type of fire because they are going to leave an ash kind of thing. We don't have combustible liquids back there. That is a very bad idea with all the sparks that go flying. And then I do agree with whoever said a C because we do have high amounts of electricity back there. But once again, it's very rare for a welder to catch on fire. Luckily, we don't have to make those decisions because we do have an ABC back there. That's pretty much the most universal one you'll find anywhere. All right. So you guys were thinking, which makes me very happy. You were thinking about, well, what do we have back there and stuff like that. I've never had to use a fire extinguisher at this school. I did at my last school, but we set a trash can on fire. It wasn't a big deal. So we haven't needed it yet. Usually, you can kind of tell that you're on fire after a while. Anyways, I know I've been on fire a couple of times, and it took a hot minute for me to realize it. But I haven't had to use a fire extinguisher on anybody yet. I hope that this year continues that trend. Okay, so you guys did a great job. That's all I have for you. What I would like for you guys to do is to take that fire extinguisher quiz, and then once you do that, just kind of like the same spiel as before, you can hang out in here. Don't leave the classroom, but you can kind of tune me out. I'll be here to answer any of your questions. If you need help on that Immerse to Learn website or anything like that, let me know.